There's a law on the books in 5 states that many call absurd and outdated. It says a woman cannot get a divorce if she's pregnant.
Some argue it goes beyond ridiculous and it's actually dangerous. Experts say each year more than 320,000 pregnant women are abused in the United States, and homicide is one of their leading causes of death.
50 years after the law went on the books, reporter Sharon Chen speaks with a lawmaker fighting for change.
There are no pictures or video we can show you because this story is about someone in hiding.
I fear for my safety and my kids' safety if my real name was used.
So we'll call her Elle. And for years, Elle endured abuse from her husband.
I don't think I truly realized it until it was happening in front of and then towards our firstborn child.
Enough was enough, and Elle filed for divorce until she learned legally she couldn't escape.
And at that point, I was told that in Missouri, you cannot get a divorce when you are pregnant. And it was just crushing because I did not know that that was the case.
Elle is far from alone.
Over and over again, clients come in with 8, 10 kids sometimes.
Sarah Brammer is with Synergy Services, a Kansas City-based domestic violence housing program.
How often do you see these types of situations?
Frequently. It's difficult for me to count, but it happens more often than you might guess.
Brammer says in many of the cases, the women are trapped.
Very often, offenders will keep their partners pregnant and use pregnancy or reproductive coercion as a way of controlling their partner. It's not lost to offenders that a pregnant woman can't get divorced.
It was a law established back in 1973 requiring divorcing couples to state whether the wife was pregnant. The idea behind it, to hold men financially responsible for the children they fathered.
And similar legislation exists in 4 other states: Texas, Arkansas, Arizona, and California.
That's an old-time, stupid piece of thinking.
Missouri Congressman Emanuel Cleaver doesn't mince words.
This is something you expect in the 1700s. And when I first found out that these states were involved in it, I just couldn't believe it.
The congressman says not only is this law antiquated, it's dangerous.
This kind of law is a request for abuse because if they can't get out of the relationship, they're going to be with a person who abused them, and a judge is maybe unintentionally setting up this woman for abuse.
Enter the Pregnancy Empowerment Act, a law Cleaver proposed to fellow lawmakers in July of this year that says a woman no longer has to state if she's pregnant when filing for divorce, ensuring expectant moms the freedom to make their own choice about divorce.
I think this legislation can overshadow any state legislation that could come on the books.
Legislation that could have delivered Elle to safety. Instead, her life only got worse.
The abuse did intensify once we came back because somehow he found out that I had talked to an attorney.
Living on hope and prayers.
I was sleeping on the floor of our child's bedroom because I thought that was the safest place.
Until the day she would truly be safe and free.
That day of freedom for Elle finally came.
After the birth of her second child, she was able to save enough money to file for divorce again. As for the other 4 states, we found each law on the books is for a reason similar to Missouri's, in order to organize child support payments.
Meanwhile, if you or someone you love is experiencing signs of domestic abuse, you can call the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Either call 1-800-799-SAFE or text START to 88788. The hotline is available 24/7.